plaintiff, Michael Stewart, says he and the defendant were good friends. But after they became roommates, the defendant started hanging with a bad crowd. Michael claims the defendant was involved in a high-speed police chase, and as he was trying to throw his gun out of the car, he accidentally shot himself. Michael suing for the balance due on a loan. Defendant Larry Poole admits that he told Michael that he accidentally shot himself, but that was not the truth. Larry claims on the day of the incident, someone else shot him 3 times, and he insists there was no deadline for repayment.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
First, I want to say that my mother, she truly admires your work that you've done in the community.
Thank God.
I personally want to say she loves you, but she says you're a family man, and she doesn't want to come off that kind of way.
She ain't want to tempt me.
She understands. She's a family woman as well, but she's right there in the back. Where does she move?
Where? Throw your hand up.
Oh, she definitely left.
Oh,
she's over here.
There she is. That's right.
I was looking at her earlier.
Can't quit me that fast. What's your mother's name?
Starlet Stewart.
Miss Stewart, thank you.
We
welcome.
call her Wheezy.
All right.
All right.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, why I'm here is I know the defendant, Larry. We've been friends since high school. And my brother and I, we befriended him. He was the only child to our knowledge at the time. And he was a brother. We have the brother relationship. I graduated from high school. We just said, hey, you know what, let's move out. It was during the Little John and Rockwood, Atlanta area. We were just having fun, dancing, going out, being crazy.
You all live in Atlanta?
We live in Atlanta, Georgia, yes. And we moved into an apartment together. And I was brought to my attention that, Larry was, getting into the wrong crowd. And how I came to find out about that, he was having a case. He was actually driving, and I guess he was getting chased by the police. And during this process, he was discarding some drugs out of the vehicle and a weapon out of the vehicle during the case. So when we were at the hospital,
Hospital
because he ended up wounding himself as he was discarding the firearm. He accidentally shot himself.
I know.
I was going to get to that point. I was getting to the point. I was nervous. I was scared. I got the phone call. I was like, hey, man, what happened? And then he told me what happened. And he was doing, just trying to run away from the cops. It just went bad. So that was like a red flag for me to say, hey, maybe I should find another place to live and just move forward. And so I took that.
Did you all come up in the area where the streets were heavy with drugs and guns?
No, actually, we lived in the suburbs.
Both of you?
We were reaching, yeah, reaching to be in that.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not from the suburbs.
Watch this. Well, I bet you came up in the toughest part of Atlanta, didn't you?
I'm from Duval County. I'm not from Atlanta. From Jacksonville, Florida.
All right.
It's a lot rougher.
And that's where you were raised?
Born and raised.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you didn't move to the suburbs of Atlanta?
Yeah, we moved to the suburbs.
Well, then what you talking about? You ain't in the game. You wouldn't have shot yourself, man. Be who you are, man. Be who you are.
I didn't shoot myself.
You middle-class suburban guys kill me. Talking about you in the street. And they're the first ones to get killed. Guys who want to be in the street but are not from that. They go out here trying to play tough, and the real street guys know you're not, and they take you out. That's what happens. You need to be who you are, a suburban kid.
Judge.
Stop shooting yourself, man.
Judge.
Stop shooting yourself.
Judge.
Yeah.
I have 3 bullet wounds. I did not shoot myself. That was
you lying on him?
Yes, sir.
That's the story I heard.
Who told you that?
I did.
All right, you told him you did shoot yourself.
I told him that to protect a friend.
All right, but today you're saying somebody shot you.
Yeah.
That makes you sound a lot tougher. We got it, man. Come on. All right, go ahead. What you suing him about? Because I know tough guy who getting money don't owe you no loan. He getting money. Because I know he wasn't out there being a tough guy for free.
Well,
What happened to the money? Tough.
I'm ready.
He was getting it.
Well,
he was on the street rolling. Had bags, had dough. And what happened to it?
Well, the way
What happened to the dough?
well, the door he explained to his checking.
Would he pop it off at the strip club? Well, he couldn't even go to the strip club and pop it off.
We brought the strip club to the house.
Yeah.
I know you brought it to the house because you know at the club you'd have had to make it rain, and you wasn't hustling hard enough. You wasn't hustling hard enough. I can't front at the club because I'm gonna really have to make it rain. Yeah, every dope boy in town coming in here and he really making it rain. Am I right or wrong? So we can't do it, so let's go on to the crib. Just give us a couple, man.
I'm from the suburbs, so I don't know.
You from the suburbs. You are who you are. I like that about you. Be who you are. Sir, let me hear from you.
Well, Mike and I, we met in high school. We became real close friends. And during the high school time, he got kicked out, so he stayed at my mom's house for a little while, and that was temporary. But after high school, we did roommating, and we had a good time. You know, I got involved with some selling drugs, which is known, and he participated in my selling marijuana.
He did?
Yes, sir. And a lot of the clientele that I had was his friends. So anytime we would go to spring break or any type of parties, we had parties at our house, and he would participate. So I was in a bad car accident. And during this time I was in the car accident, he told my significant other about my girlfriend on the side. Even gave her the cell phone number. So there was a conflict at the hospital.
Why did you do that?
Jealousy, pretty much jealousy. Because the lifestyle that I live.
Did you do that?
Of who?
Bianca.
I told Bianca what? About who?
Bianca and Crystal know each other because of you.
Bianca called me. I mean, Crystal called me because she brought to my attention the
You
fact
said Bianca first, right?
I know of Bianca, but I also
Did
knew
you tell either one or not?
Nah. I don't know the story.
Well, all these ducking and dodging answers. Well, hey, she called me. You did it, man. You did it. You crossed your man.
I crossed him.
That's
okay.
why he ain't giving you this money.
Then,
Go ahead.
Then while I was in the car wreck, I did have possession of marijuana, so they had additional questions. Well, they came and asked Mike. He volunteered even more information. So once I got out,
you about them suburban thugs, man.
so when I got out, I was facing charges I didn't have before. So I had probation and extra fines. I went ahead to the courtroom, paid my fines, got put on temporary probation, and that was that. Shortly thereafter, his brother passed away. I tried to bury the hatch because I was pissed about that. And I couldn't touch him because his mom and my mom was friends. So I had to keep my friends from him because there was a penalty for snitching. So at the end of the day, I let that go to support their family and him because his brother was my friend as well.
Go ahead, sir. $1,600. How does he owe you on the loan?
Well, years went by, and I ended up reconnecting with Larry after, the incident that happened. And I was in the area where he was and just gave him a phone call. We're all pretty much in our 30s now. I actually survived stage 4 cancer, had Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 4 cancer. Yeah. And so, thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Yeah, I know I'm here from a lot of prayers from Miss Weezy, my mama, and a crew of family. But I know that I was happy being alive and, just moving forward. And, I was blessed with having a support team. So I was just in a way where I just wanted to reconnect with friends, say, how you doing? He changed his ways. I could tell he, was presenting himself better. So I said,
He ain't saving any money?
What? I didn't get that far. I didn't want to.
You should got that far when he asked you for $1,600.
Well,
you should have said, man, you were just balling out. You got shot, you had bags, you this and that and the other. Now you come to me. What part of the game is this, man? You done popped it all off? Where's it at?
Well, long story short.
Rims? Something.
We were at
Clothes? Something.
I can go by his presentation.
Huh?
He was presenting himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you've been in the game and you were successful, you got a presentation.
That's true.
Jury. Right.
But I'm from the suburbs.
I'm not talking about you. You should have mentioned that to him.
I don't know the difference.
You didn't know the questions to ask.
I just said, hey, I'm surprised
They're
you're alive.
naive in the suburbs. They at least know the questions to ask when a dope boy come to them wanting money.
That's true.
They say, hey, man.
Yeah, but
what do you mean? You want money from me?
Well,
what
he asked.
game is this, man?
Well, he asked, and he
That's
told me
what
his
I'm
situation.
saying. Why didn't you ask him where all the money was?
Well, he said that his money was tied up with another situation, and
Tied up in what?
Tied up with another previous relationship. He was having a bike situation. It was just the story, you know, I knew it was.
Let me hear the story, sir.
Well, he got married, moved away. I went my way, and he hit me up on a job opportunity, and so I took the job opportunity.
Good.
It was making decent money. It was traveling, going different places I never been. It was a good time. Mike was going through some marital problems, so he and I talked on this trip to reunite, to kind of catch up on what has happened since we parted ways. And during the process, we exchanged some money. And I did borrow some money to buy a motorcycle. So there was no set time on returning this money, so I paid him back what I could at that time. But the tide turned when he was keeping the extra money that was for the job and never giving it back. So the owner of the company put me in charge, and he left it up to my discretion to keep Mike employed. And I told him, I said, hey, off the principle, as long as I got a job, you got a job. Well, that wasn't good enough, because all I needed was the vehicle to get my mom to the doctor. Once I got back to Atlanta, that's when we clashed. You know, I still owe him the money at that time, and I told him, I said, look, at the end of the day, make sure my mom get to the doctor's appointment, because you can crap on me all you want, but just make sure you be there for her. And there was no regard. And so in the time of me paying him back or whatever, he wanted to threaten me, so I told him to come and get his money.
What were you selling, sir? You were selling weight, huh?
At the time, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know you're not a street guy. Most guys who sell weight, they're not street guys. They're guys like you. They're somewhat educated. Some of them come from good neighborhoods, and they sell heavy mounts. The street guys are on the street with guns and looking and talking crazy and shooting each other and robbing each other, kicking each other's door down and kidnapping each other and torturing each other, kidnapping each other's mother and telling the mother to call and tell me where the safe is. Otherwise, Yeah. Those are real street guys. Guys like this, they selling weight. They got a little more sense. They haven't been in deep in those streets. I can tell the way you talk. You're a guy who from the game, you ain't necessarily from them deep streets. There's two different things.
I made a choice, a conscious choice. I could die in the streets or still live. So I came from the streets, but my company, our family.
You wasn't on them corners, man.
They was gonna do something to this dude. And
you wasn't on them corners, I know that. That's what I'm talking about. You come from the game.
Ask Mike. Mike knows.
Go ahead, Mike. Was he on them streets like that?
He wasn't on the streets, from my knowledge. All I know is this, that on everything good, man, don't put my integrity on the line. Well, the fact is that even the job that I got him, after giving him the loan for the bike, he called me up and he was telling me, hey, man, I got in a car accident, so he totaled the bike that I gave him. I said, okay, all right, well, are you okay?
What?
He said, yes. Then after that, I said, well, how are we going to handle with the loan that he was supposed to pay back to me by October? I gave the money to him in August of 2016. He was supposed to pay me back by October of 2016.
He never gave a deadline. That's your defense?
No, that's not my defense.
What's your defense?
My defense is, out of respect for my mother, apologies due and more time. That's
all right, and that's not a legal defense. So I'm going to grant him his judgment. Failing to repay a debt because they won't apologize to you is not a legal defense. And please, I wouldn't try telling Verizon that if they call you. You won't have phone service.
Thank you.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Honestly, after what I heard, the friendship ends here today.
It's been over.